Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome to episode 12 of the Tottenham career mode here on FIFA 19. We are all but through to the knockout stages of the Champions League. Mathematically it's not done yet, but we're pretty sure we're going to go through. Unless I lose to CSKA heavily and lose to Juventus heavily, then we will go through. So avoiding defeat against CSKA and we're guaranteed progression. Then after that game, we are into the final month before the transfer window with Southampton and then Leicester, then Juventus, Burnley and Arsenal in tomorrow's video. So it's all kicking off very, very soon indeed with regards the January transfer window just around the corner too. So we shall crack on. Of course, Gareth Bale, unfortunately, still out injured for a few weeks. But I'm sure we've got some eager beavers waiting to jump into the starting lineup, like Lucas, like Eric Lamela, to get that first team spot nailed down for themselves sooner rather than later. I am slightly going to rotate here because not everybody is fully fit. But I'm not going to change too much. Let's throw Harry Maguire in and we'll put Danny Rose in as well, are you, Danny? There you are. We'll put Danny Rose in for Hernandez. Other than that, I don't think I'm going to change anything else at this stage. No, I'm not. I'll throw Edwards on the bench for Lamela. Right, let's jump in and get a decent result against CSKA. Guarantee our knockout stage status, and then we can think about getting back to the top of the Premier League after that. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any further videos. And away we go to Russia. Passing off, Fernandez through the gap, looking for Mario Fernandez, and he's done brilliantly in his Shalov, starting the game on the front foot there. CSKA, they know that their Champions League life is on the line. They will go through to the Europa League round of 32, of course, if they do finish third in the group, which they will do, provided they avoid defeat here. And to be fair, with Juventus on the final day, if they lose here, Victoria Paulsen could steal third away from them, because that is CSKA's only victory so far. So there is still opportunity for either of the bottom two sides. Either of the bottom two sides to get that third spot. Second is pretty much guaranteed to be ours. Whether we get first or not remains to be seen. We have to win here and hope that Juve draw or drop points against Victoria Paulsen, which I very much doubt is going to happen. So I think we're going to have to settle for second, but to be fair, at the beginning of the group stage I said I'd be happy with second behind Juve, and the way it's transpired, I'm still very happy with second behind Juve. Might be nice to avoid defeat against Juventus, so in tomorrow's episode, to avoid losing to them both times. And I'll be honest, pretty nervous about the first knockout round in the Champions League because we have found it difficult, just on FIFA 19 in general, on Ultimate, to play against the better sides around Europe, and obviously the better sides in England too, with strong performances, but not the best results against City, Liverpool and Chelsea so far this season domestically. We really are up against it in Europe, and the board want us to get to the final. So I have to do well. And Hugo Lloris is helping me stay in this game, at the very least. 24 minutes played now, still 0-0. Bisevic to take the corner for CSKA. And, whoa, the header over the bar onto the roof of the net. Shalov driving forward, still going. So clinical from Shalov. 3.5 minutes to go till half time. He just got set away behind my defensive line and sat very high. Surprising. Oh, just the power on the finish is unreal. Taking it early, to be fair. Could have taken out a good 1 or 2 paces further on, but he's got such confidence in his right foot. He's just smacked it. 1-0 CSKA Moscow. Here's Mario Fernandez. Right back pushing forward. It's a good delivery. He wouldn't let me change player until the very last minute. Thankfully, Harry Maguire didn't need to be in the way of that. This ball through. Yes, Harry Maguire. Rock solid. Definitely going to start Harry Maguire ahead of Davinson Sanchez for the next couple of games in the Premier League, because he's been brilliant here against CSKA. Lucas will lay that in front of Harry Winks, who can't get there. That'll be my throw. 20 minutes to go. I'm making a couple of changes. Frenkie de Jong's coming on in the midfield. As Harry Winks was getting pretty tired. Here he is, Frenkie de Jong. Wear that around nicely. Kane on his left. Don't really fancy that. Back to Danny Rose. This side again to Frenkie de Jong. There's Heung-min Son. Oh, that's beautifully done. And Son trying to get the shot away, but can't. Got them pinned in here, CSKA Moscow, but I can't for the life of me find a way through. I'll bring Moussa Dembele on for Eriksen, and I might bring, as I am going to bring, Wilfried Zaha on out wide and see if that extra injection of pace and fresh legs can make the difference. Trippier with the throw, get it to Zaha immediately, and his first touch is terrible. But he has won it back. And the cross is decent, and he has made the difference. Nearly a fantastic 100% entry for Wilfried Zaha. Gave the ball away, but won it back. Not sure I can go as far as to say that's a managerial masterstroke, but we'll take it. We're level. Abel Hernandez. Cross to Kusayev, given away. Get that out wide there to Zaha. He did get to that first, but his touch was terrible. Here's Abel Hernandez. Zhamaletdinov. I'll let the commentator say that before I gave myself a go of saying it myself. Punch that, please, Hugo. Well done. Zaha gets there, but I don't think there's time. There's not for a counter. A 1-1 draw. That's us guaranteed progression through to the knockout stages. I don't know how Juventus got on against Victoria Plzen, but one would presume that Juventus beat them. So, second place for us in the Champions League group, with pride only to play against Juventus, or pride only to play for against Juventus next time out in the Champions League in the next episode. Mandzukic scores 4 against Victoria Plzen, it just said in that media report. Pretty sure that means that they won. Wow. Training injury. Eric Dyer's out for 2 months with a broken collarbone. Wonderful. Amazing. Superb. Thanks for that. Oh, fuck my life. I'm really not fussed about any of those kids right now. That's really brought me back down to earth with a bump. Gareth Bale still out. Eric Dyer now out, but it does mean that Harry Winks will get the chance to come onto the bench. God, that's frustrating. Anyway, we'll brush ourselves off. You'll have to let me know what you think of that Zaha goal. Was that a managerial masterstroke, or did I just get lucky by winning it back and then having Harry Kane on the end of the cross? I'll take your advice into account. But for us next, it's Premier League and it's Southampton. Alex McCarthy in goal for Southampton. Of course, we signed Fraser Forster. Cedric, Bednarak, Yoshida, Vestergaard and Bertrand might try and isolate Vestergaard's lack of pace. Ward-Prowse, Romeu, El Neni and Redmond with Charlie Austin up top on his own. A 5-4-1. Could you get much more defensive? Jeeps. This might be actually quite difficult to break them down. Austin. Redmond around the corner there to Ryan Bertrand. Back to Nathan Redmond. Drops his shoulder nicely. Good whip. And away by Luca Hernandez. We'll drop here for Lucas. Eriksen is on the outside with space to move into, but he rather reluctantly didn't keep that run going. Here's Harry Kane. Oh no, it was meant for Dele Alli, not Heung-min Son. That's frustrating. It could have been right in there for 1-0. I decided against putting Harry Maguire in for this game. I'm going to play Maguire in the next one against Leicester and see how he gets on against his former team. Try and out-muscle him there. We've done well. Eriksen, fire this out wide to Lucas. Maybe this time we can get the passes going where we want them to on the counter-attack. Into Harry Kane. Yoshida's not the slowest. This time looking for Dele and finding him. And Dele Alli doesn't find the top corner, but very nearly. Alex McCarthy with a good save. Cross to come in from Christian Eriksen from the corner. It's a good delivery. It's headed away. Davinson Sanchez picks it up. Get it in there to Dele Alli. Short there to Jan Vertonghen. He can find some space on his left. He'd have let fly, but couldn't find the space on the left. Dembele. Lucas is there. I see Trippier on the overlap. We'll look to play Lucas in behind. That's a good ball. Harry Kane, just pulled off. I wanted him to dive in towards the back post, and unfortunately he just held his run on the edge of the box. And that's a terrible pass from Luca Hernandez. And now Davinson Sanchez has missed the tackle on Charlie Austin as well. It's just as well he's slow as anything. Otherwise, he was clean through there. Here's Kane. Oh, Son made the run. I committed to the pass, and then he didn't actually make the run in the end. Frustrating opening half an hour here. Southampton defending very solidly, but with 9 men back there, you wouldn't expect anything less. Oh, nice ball through. Bertrand leaves it for Redmond. Good cross. Luca Hernandez had to get there. Please win this, Lucas. He's done well. That's superbly done. Trips will Switch it to Heung-min Son. And now the counter-attack is very much on. Dele into Christian Eriksen. Skipping away. Oh, stay on your feet, Christian. He stays on his feet there. We are still very much in the ascendancy, moving up the other end of the field. It's clinical, cynical even, from Vestergaard there. The definition of tactical foul. Eriksen through to Son. That's a lovely turn. Please bury this. It's dropped to Harry Kane. He will bury it. Lucky, but we do deserve it. Tottenham 1, Southampton 0 just after half-time. Eriksen works the space well. Lovely turn by Son. Shot was on target. Just fell kindly for Harry. Good first touch, though, to pick it out. And then find the bottom corner on the hour mark. We are finally in front. Eriksen through the gap to Son. I'm just going to have to hold up and wait for some support. He very nearly got caught from behind there, Son. Eriksen. Where are you going to go? Moussa Dembele. On his left, I don't fancy it. Sorry, on his right, I don't fancy it. I'd rather it was on his left. Dele on his right. Draws a good save out of McCarthy, but they'll keep that in. All right, Ryan. A little bit hasty to smack that out there. They're bringing Danny Ings on, so a little bit more pace up top. Lucas will look for Son with a delivery, and Son on the first time volley. It's not a pen, ref. That's a mistake. That's a refereeing mistake that might well cost Southampton all 3 points here. I've got my shot off very well indeed as well. That's not a foul. It's quite simply not a foul. I'm not going to pass up the opportunity though to get myself a second goal here, and we will still not score anyway. Great. Harry Kane will look for Son at the back post. Try and win that back. Dele. Dele gets to it. Eriksen. Well plucked out of the air. I can't believe I've missed yet another penalty. Eriksen into Dele Alli. Luca Hernandez. Son. You can see their back five still standing strong, refusing to be moved. They haven't changed formation at all, despite the fact they're 1-0 down. They might well be 2-0 down here. If Dembele can get that on target. Oh, which he very nearly does. Desperately unlucky, Musa, not to have made it 2-0 there and put the game right out of Southampton's reach. I'm going to smack this across the field to get it to Lucas. Unfortunately, didn't see it in time, and Bertrand will get there ahead of him. El Neni back to Ryan Bertrand, and that is a poor pass. That sums up Southampton's day, to be fair. There's Christian Eriksen, lay that in front of Kieran Trippier. Good save. Oh, and they've worked that well. Very well, very calmly done at the back. It's now or never for Southampton. James Ward-Prowse isn't going to have the pace to threaten me, and they haven't got the time to threaten me either. 1-0 against Southampton. Solid victory against a very defensive side. Now we travel to Leicester for Game 3. Right, Leicester, Jakupovic in goal. 4 at the back, Pereira, Evans, Benalouani and Elder. 2 in midfield, Mendy and Ndidi holding. Ndidi's actually really good. Diabate, Maddison and Kaputska. Maddison's had a great start to this season in real life as well. And Jamie Vardy up top, who's supposedly very, very good on FIFA 19 as well. This is going to be my first game in the snow on FIFA 19 too. Whether that be here at home or at the capture event or at Gamescom, I believe. I think it's genuinely my first game in the snow at all. It's most certainly my first game in the snow with Tottenham at the very least. So it'll be interesting to see how we get on. I have put Harry Maguire in for this one. Eric Lamela gets chopped there from behind. Might be in a little bit of trouble here, Elder, early doors. Should be at least a yellow card, and is given as such. Eric Lamela making sure he tells the referee what he thinks of that. Down the line to Lamela. Back to Eriksen. There's Dele Alli. Drop the shoulder. Get to Harry Kane. To Dele again. Oh, lovely step over. Maybe a finesse from there. Probably the wrong decision, but went for it anyway. Here's Frenkie de Jong. Eriksen drops the shoulder, looks for Harry Kane, finds Lamela. Lamela on his right. Straight down the throat of Jakupovic. Wouldn't that please Luke up? Well up. Oh, Dele loses out on the physical encounter to James Maddison, though, but wins it back with a great challenge. Hard fought there, Dele Alli. Well done. Kane. Lamela's calling for it. Dink it over. And volley! Oof. Side netting only. Where to go though? To Kieran Trippier is the answer, because he's on the overlap. Really nice run. Keeps it going. We'll cut back. Wait for people to arrive in the middle. I mean, it was meant for Harry Kane, but never mind. Dele. Big heavy touch. And the shot. Again, not good enough. Trippier. Probably wasn't the best of ideas to wear green for this in hindsight. Really struggling to see my players out there. Kane to Son. I see Eriksen at the back post. There was a defender, it was Ben Lawani, that noticed the danger and actively moved across to try and close the man down before the ball started to be crossed. That's another improvement to the AI defensively this year. Lamela in there to Kane. Just a little touch to get it to Eriksen. I see Lamela there. Oh, it's nicely done. And in on his left, I can't quite do it. Dele Alli still trying to keep possession. Battling hard here against Leicester, but they're giving as good as they're getting so far. Hernandez into Frenkie de Jong. There's Christian Eriksen out of his feet quickly, but tamely wide. Struggling here. Mendy going off and Iborra coming on. That's a distinct lack of pace in their middle now. But will we be able to exploit it? Because he's very strong, Iborra. We'll have to wait and see. Nicely done. Diabate inside. Telly helps it on nicely to Christian Eriksen. I was waiting for Ndidi to close me down, but he didn't. Get that in there to Dele. Across to Kane. Runners all around me. There's Eriksen. Oh, running out of room though. Here's Son. He's got a bit of space, so we'll look to get the shot off. Jakubovic with a good save. Less than 10 minutes to go now. Still 0-0 here at the King Power. Neither side able to get themselves in front so far. Free kick. Up we go. Oh, bouncing free everywhere. Harry Maguire kicks that only as far as Iborra, and Vardy was offside. No, he wasn't. He was onside. Oh, that might be the one chance Leicester had to win the game, and he knows it, burying his face in the ground like that. Kane wins that header well. Eriksen out to Lamela. Runners all around me. Eriksen's held his ground just to offer some support. Here's Harry Winks off the bench. Harry looking for Harry. Harry finds Harry. Harry looks for Harry again, but Harry can't find Harry. Zaha into Eriksen. Across to Frenkie de Jong. Lamela go backwards to come forwards. Maybe it'll work. Winks. Zaha. Oh. When that header. Time running out. It's going to be this attack or nothing for me right now. Winks to Frenkie de Jong. Lamela's down the line. This is it. This is it. Oh, Kane. Oh, that was it. Harry Kane put the controller down. Oh, Harry Kane had the chance with the last touch of the game against Chelsea to win us the game and fluffed it. And he's done the same again here against Leicester. Will those missed opportunities cost us come the end of the season? I bossed Leicester in that game. Absolutely bossed them. The conditions didn't help. Manchester City haven't played yet. Chelsea, oh, they play each other. Huge game. Huge game. Juventus, 5 points, or 5 wins, sorry, from 5 games. We'll try and deny them the opportunity to make it 6 from 6. But I don't think that's going to happen. We are through to the knockout stages of the Champions League, though. But let's have a look and see what's going on in the Premier League. We still have a... Oh, that's the Europa League. There we go. We are 4th. Dropping... Although we do have a game in hand. And actually, should we win that game in hand, we will go top. However, Manchester City have 2 games in hand. Should they win both of those, they'll go top. So, it's still all to play for. Chelsea could leapfrog everybody up to 7th if they win their game in hand, although a number of sides above them also have 15 games played, or Arsenal on 14 still. Chelsea having a really difficult season. Liverpool lead the way at the minute, though, with Manchester United and Everton all there on 32. The title race could be... Wait, it's anyway. Even Burnley are still up there. It could be any one. And to be fair, if Arsenal win all of their games now, they'll be on 28 points, nearly 4 points off the top as well. This could be a huge title race. But tomorrow, it's Juventus and Arsenal as well, wasn't it? Juventus, Burnley, Arsenal. Huge episode tomorrow. Drop this video, though, a like if you enjoyed. And, of course, subscribe so you don't miss out on tomorrow's video. There'll be a journey episode today as well, so check the channel page for that if you missed it. But for now, I'll see you next time.